not normal. Over at CNN, the Morning Zoo lady is pretending that until today, February 25th, 2022, it would have been impossible, just because it was against the law, for someone like Ketanji Brown Jackson to become Supreme Court Justice. Watch this.
Assuming she is confirmed, she will be the first African-American female justice on the Supreme Court, which, look, maybe not officially, but at least in practice, has been disqualifying when it comes to nominees up until now.
It was disqualifying.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Check your gear and weapons. We go soon. Enemy soldier nearby.
I'll get it.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Enough training. Now you fight the real enemy.
Wow, is that surprising to you? Probably not. The DC Circuit Court of Appeals, which lies to the left, has repeatedly on the merits anyway. To give a few examples, orders make it easier to plead. DC unanimously reversed that decision. Then Jackson and Jerry again, she was overruled by the left circuit.
Battle Royale. That's gas you don't want to breathe. Make your way to the safe zone.
This is making everybody the last thing anyone else needs to be.
Target here! Got an enemy! Got an enemy! Target here! Drop zone mark! Enemy located! Got an enemy!
Never mind. That a good name will lead defendants to not have to justify its use of a private email account for official business. So legally speaking, Ketanji Brown Jackson isn't much of a jurist. She's not simply ignorant of the law, she's a political actor. And the irony is that right now the Supreme Court is considering an important question, a central question, about affirmative action. They're about to decide whether Harvard and other leaders decisions based on racial quotas. Living up to most people don't call from. They think that you should be elevated in America based on what you do, choices you make, not in how you're born, not in your DNA. And that's Rwanda. But if confirmed, Jackson not was selected because of a racial quota to help decide whether the race-based admissions program is legal. Jackson has a conflict of interest in the case, obviously, but is specific. She serves on Harvard's board of overseers. Did any of this matter to Joe Biden's administration? Needless to say, it didn't. Democrats and their allies in the media are going more hysterical today, are admitting that's what it's all about. So NBC News has told us that Jackson, quote, fits well within the Democratic Party and the progressive agenda. What? The progressive agenda? At least they're being honest. That's what it's really about. They don't actually care if she's black or female. They care about putting a true believer on the bench. They're going to do it.
Hunt the enemies before they hunt you.
Is dumb, and you shouldn't support them.
Supply box marked. Secure the goods.
To assess this. Attacking this woman. I'm just saying, the way this woman has chosen this nonsense is so disruptive for institutions that I wonder why no one else is saying it.
Well, you're absolutely right, Tucker. What you see here is a culmination of some decades of activism on the left, starting with destroying Robert Bork as a nominee back when I was a student in law school. That made a huge impression.
Gas is right on your tail.
Coming forward to today, he has any of the people...
Contract updated. New objective identified.
...boxes of the left. So this is not really a critique of Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson so much as this process. This process is evolving like Biden is to a far left agenda of which dark money controlling the president does. So this is not the way to pick justices, and the system needs to change.
And by the way, the system is built on faith. We follow Supreme Court directives not because there's someone with a gun in our living room making us, but because we believe the Supreme Court is real. And who's going to believe that now?
This really does undermine the credibility of the court. If I were the judge, I'd be a little offended that I was White House.
Contract updated. New objective identified.
Kamala Harris. She did not go so well for the country, so if she gets selected, hopefully this one is.
I sure hope so. For the country, Army Bill, thank you. We're continuing our coverage of the invasion of Ukraine by the Russian government. The Ukrainian government warning that Russian forces could take the capital city any hour. What's happening there? We'll talk to someone who is there right now and to a businessman who just fled the city. Next.
Primary objective accomplished. All supply boxes located.
The war on Ukraine. Get the latest on the crisis in Mark the McAllen inside you leave. Film business story Saturday will continue coverage.
This is a Fox News alert. Things seem to be getting tough in the capital city of Ukraine for the people who live there. Many thousands have fled. Oleg Tomachev is a Ukrainian business executive. He is the head of production for the state-owned gas company. He fled the capital today. He joins us. Now, Oleg, thanks so much for coming on. It's hard to know exactly what's happening there. What's your sense? Does it seem like the city's going to fall to Russian forces?
Well, it's very hard to say for me. I think the Russian forces definitely underestimated the resolve of the Ukrainian military to fight. But what's more important and what's more uplifting to me is the regular people that are taking up arms and are willing to stand for their city. So I don't know that the result of this fight is decided.
How did you get out? How difficult is it?
Moving position.
Well, I tried to leave on the 24th. The day things gonna start when I was woken up by the sound of missiles hitting around town. Unfortunately, I was leaving a little bit too late. The city was completely gridlocked. I came back to my apartment, which actually is right next to the president's office, and it's probably going to be a very hot place today. So I attempted to leave early enough with my friends this morning, and was able to
Loadout drop headed your way.
Jets flying over me on their way from Kiev through a few cities in Ukraine. Cruise missiles hitting military installations. A lot of traffic, but likely as to be.
It sounds scary as hell. How
Located a vehicle.
Quickly paint the picture for us. How crowded is the road leaving Kiev?
It's extremely crowded. Yes, but people are very calm. People drive very cautious. I didn't see anything too crazy. So there were parts of the road where you could drive really fast, and then some parts where you were completely gridlocked for a couple hours.
I think everyone listening can put themselves in your position or imagine it and how scary that is. Oleg, thank you so much.
An enemy team is hunting you. Don't become prey.
Of course.
So what's interesting as you watch people like the man we just interviewed flee the capital city of Ukraine,
Vehicle here.
Loadout drop headed your way.
parts of that country seem to fall in the face of the Russian invasion. And that makes you wonder, where were its defenders, not just within Ukraine, but in the United States? So people who've been watching on television for years now have been
Get to the new
encouraged
safe zone. Gas is closing in.
Of course, and saying that we need to go all out to defend it. David Frum, the Canadian, was everywhere, telling us you're a traitor if you're not willing to defend Ukraine. He's been saying that for the safety of his kitchen. So where was David Frum when this war broke out? Where was Adam Kinzer? Where was Liz Cheney? Why weren't they defending Ukraine? Why are they only pushing your kids to do it? That's a completely fair question. It's been a fair question in many conflicts they have encouraged over the years, from Iraq to the president. And so I thought we would ask that question to Pedro Gonzalez, who's been watching this carefully too, as Associated Chronicles magazine. Pedro, thanks for coming on. So, I don't want to get personal about it, but David Frum comes to this country, makes it much worse, and then starts denouncing Americans as traitors to our country, not his, for not supporting these various conflicts. Why wasn't he in Ukraine when this happened to defend the Ukrainians?
It's a very good question. But I also want to say that I feel really deeply sorry for the Ukrainians.
Gas is inbound.
This tragedy is precisely the consequence of evil elites that has faced zero accountability. They bought into these false hopes sold by people like David Frum, and it's getting them killed. And of course, like you pointed out, David Frum exists with anybody who disagrees with the established establishment's pro-war consensus is actually a Nazi. He tweeted that and then he deleted it.
Yeah.
But you'll never find Frum on the front lines of combat because, like many war hawks at National Review, the Bulwark, and elsewhere, David Frum is a coward. And I would be happy to buy him a ticket to Ukraine and put a rifle in his hands. But I think Frum is just the surface level.
I can... Area. Protect the perimeter.
I'll try. Estimates are 50,000 Ukrainians will be dead or wounded. This is going to start a humanitarian crisis, a refugee crisis in Europe. We're talking about 5 million people. It's heartbreaking to hear what is going to happen.
Well, I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe, too.
Yeah.
You know, you plan a trip, you want to go there. I want to go to Italy for 4 years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic, and now this, you know. It's like, what's going to happen there?
Yeah. Let's say you had...
Primary objective accomplished. Recon intel secured. Get to the new safe zone. Gas is closing in.
Professional outfits. That could all be destroyed by Putin's invasion of Ukraine. I mean, that could literally happen to a Bayhard vacation. You watch this as you watch civilians fleeing and being killed by missiles. Just remember,
Get to the marked location and defend it.
While Russia was planning its invasion of Ukraine,
I can try.
the rest of us were thinking enough about energy. The United States and Western Europe doesn't have
Gas is inbound.
This is a new video taken from outside Kiev. Planning to
Primary objective accomplished. Recon intel secured.
ridiculous is first Pentagon plan Ukraine. The Biden administration is up the White House concerned about returning planes.
Some of it's relatively straightforward work, where we're making progress designing body armor that fits women properly, tailoring combat.
I need recon. recon at my location.
UAV beginning flyover.
Moving position.
So the whole point of this, of course, was not to be inclusive, but to degrade and humiliate the United States military, and they've certainly done that. Now we're seeing the consequences of it. It's all very sad. It's reversible, though. Take heart. Dan Holloway is the host of the Drinkin' Bros podcast.
UAV is out of fuel. Returning for resupply.
To assess Dan. It does seem like they've made the United States weaker on purpose, and certainly more ridiculous on purpose.
Yeah, not necessarily so, too. And I'll just on the what you were talking about before, those of us who've paid attention to foreign policy for the last forever know that energy independence is critical to any country's national security and interests, right? And in the course of 1 year, we've gone from the #1 producing oil company, or country rather, in the world, and energy independence by the South state Russia. Now, what was the plan exactly? Excuse me, to lure Russia into being nice by subjugating ourselves to the whims of their energy policies and their war policies? Does that make any sense? Is that a plan at all, or is this the most feckless and incompetent administration of our lifetime?
Thank you for saying that. And I do think it's that simple, and I would love to hear the counter-argument that energy independence is a critical, one of the critical national security questions. So, like, how did the rest of us just not pay attention as this was happening?
Well, people have been talking about it for a while. There's a video of Trump, addressing NATO about it a couple of years ago that's floating around now, and he got less time for it, but he was absolutely right. And it's not just the United States. Germany, over the past year, shut down 3 of their nuclear facilities, and they plan on shutting down the other 3, the last 3 they have left, before the end of this year. And now the bulk of their energy comes from Russia. So, that's the craziest thing that I think I've ever heard in my life. But it is the hallmark of what's going on in the West right now. It's certainly the hallmark of the Biden administration. It's a series of feckless and incompetent moves.
Get to the new safe zone. Gas is closing in.
Side, while focusing on failed green energy policies and identity politics. And this administration is completely 100% captured by wokeness. And now people are paying for it with their lives.
I think that's right. And I think it's self-harm. I think it's masochism. The only country that hates itself would behave this way. But most Americans don't hate themselves. They're as if to underscore, the price of oil has just surged in the international market over $100 a barrel for the first time in nearly a decade.
Fight your way out and you return to the front line. Lose and you're finished. Prove you can still fight, soldier.
He joins us now. Professor, thanks for coming on. What's your
You got your ass kicked. Return to base. 25 remain. We lost that one. We'll come back stronger next time.
Power the middle class. They can heat their homes. You're not involved in optional Middle East or Eastern European hotspots for over energy. Or your friends and neutrals have affordable oil and gas in Europe. And we can do it a lot more environmentally sound in the West than Russia or Iran. But when you don't, then you get involved in optional Middle East wars, or you have, in a time of inflation, the middle class can't heat their homes, etc. So if I was in control of the largest gas and oil producer in the history of civilization, as Joe Biden was, and I really did not believe in all that was good, I would do the following. I would take ANWR and 1 million barrels off the market. I would take